Hey everybody, welcome back to another Jackson Jet Setting video. Today we're checking out Bimini Bahamas with Virgin Voyages. We were sailing on Virgin's Scarlet Lady ship. It was our first port of call on our cruise. This was our first time in Bimini, so we wanted to do a lot while we were on shore. So we booked a shore excursion through the cruise ship and then checked out Virgin Voyages private beach afterwards. So let's take a look at what. Now there's a lot to do on Bimini. You can rent a golf cart and drive around the island. You can just hang at the beach club, which is all included with your cruise on Virgin Voyages. But we opted to start our morning snorkeling this amazing shipwreck, the SS Sapona. So we went out, it's a short walk from the ship to the dock that they pick you up at, and we had about 30 to 40 minutes snorkeling here at the shipwreck. Saw lots of things. You can actually snorkel into the shipwreck, which was really cool. The shipwreck is from the 1920s, so you still actually have a boiler room that you can swim into. There's lots of fish and coral that are growing on the ship since it's been almost the whole century since it sank in those waters. So really a unique location and not too far away from Bimini, where you docked, maybe a 30-minute boat ride out in between two different islands in the area. I was curious how this snorkel trip would go, given it was a little expensive. It was about $120 a person, which is a little bit more than I like to spend on just pure snorkel trips. Virgin's shore excursions seemed a little bit more expensive than other cruise lines that I've seen, but for what it's worth, I thought that the crew was really amazing. It included some snacks and drinks on board as well once you were done snorkeling. But the real highlight was snorkeling with the sharks after this. We did snorkel around the shipwreck a little bit more, kind of on the outside, and we were able to catch a glimpse at a turtle, which was pretty cool. But let's take a look at the shark experience here right after. It was a short 10-minute boat ride from the shipwreck. We came across a diving vessel, might have been from our cruise ship actually, and they were getting done with their dive portion with the sharks. You can see them feeding the sharks from their boat. So the crews like to feed the sharks for a job well done, not eating us after snorkeling. This is definitely out of my comfort zone, but we did it, and it was pretty fun and exhilarating. So if you're a little bit more adventurous, I definitely recommend this portion of Bimini before you hit the beach club. I would say there was about 15 to 20 sharks in all. They're all wild. This is not an enclosed experience by any means, but after everyone was out of the water, they fed the sharks right from our boat, so that was really cool to check out. The whole experience was about 3.5 hours. Nice to get out on the boat. The weather in Bimini was a little cold, but the sun came out and it was perfect coming back to the ship. And so then from there, we docked, said our goodbyes, and then jumped on Bimini's little tram, which is run by Resorts World. They pretty much run the island. It's a casino resort. It actually has a Hilton property. This place is only 50 miles from Miami, so you can actually take a 2-hour, 3-hour ferry and spend the weekend here gambling and enjoying the beach without having to take a flight. So that's pretty unique. But here's a nice look at what the ride looks like going from the ship to Bimini Beach Club. The tram does make several stops along the way, including at the Hilton/casino, and then on the way back at the Fisherman's Village, which has a few shops. We didn't check any of those out, but once you make a stop here with Virgin Voyages, all their ships in the Caribbean make one stop here. You'll have a lot of time on the island. We actually left around 5:30 or 6. I think some sailings even went a little bit later that weren't ours, but lots of time here to just hang out, relax. The beach club itself is really amazing. So everything's included. Once you're on board, you have your bar tab and sailor loot to spend. All those transfer over to the beach club. So if you have some money to spend on drinks, you can do that at the beach club and don't have to bring your cash. That's pretty nice. And then all the food's already included and definitely higher end than what I've seen from other private island experiences. So it's just about a 5-minute ride from the ship to to get to the beach club. And then once we arrive, you'll see a very high-end experience. I won't say that this is Virgin's exclusive private beach club on days that the ships are not on shore. It's definitely for rent or use from the resorts on property. And I believe that some Carnival ships have also used this space on previous voyages. But if Virgin ships in port, it's all yours. So definitely great there. So we just got off the snorkel voyage, so we were pretty hungry, so we bulleted right over to lunch. For our voyage, we only had about 500 people on board for a ship that can fit over 2,000. So they only have one lunch spot open, but if it's a full cruise, both sides are open with the same exact menu. But they have lechon asado, which is like a roast pig. We dined on that. But lots of small plates, all very high quality. So we'll give you a shot or two of that as well. One thing I'll add too is do not sleep on the rum cake down there on the lower left-hand side of the plate. Very, very good. My wife also wanted some more fish, so she went back and got that, Veracruz style. Very delicious. So now we're going to take a look at a full tour of the beach club. So there's the entrance that you'd come into the beach club, and immediately you're greeted by ocean views and the pool. We're walking left towards that restaurant now. So it's a pretty big space, big stretch of beach, all exclusive, lots of hammocks that you can use. Obviously, our cruise wasn't very full, so there was plenty of space for us to do exactly what we wanted. On a full voyage, I think everyone would fit pretty comfortably, and there's plenty of chairs for everyone, but just keep that in mind that our ship was definitely less empty. You do have cabanas there in the back as well as on the beachfront that you can rent for about $300 or $350. That does include a $100 bar tab, so you can at least get some free drinks for that price, and then you have a waiter bringing you food all day. So if you were planning on just hanging out here with your family all day, it may not be a bad call to get your own private space, place to store your bags, and just live it up a little bit. So here's the restaurant area. Lots of picnic benches and tables to dine at. It's open all day. And located next to that is the bar. So there's the bar over there, and there's some seating that's actually in the water there. Not your traditional swim-up bar, I would say, but close enough. And there are actually two pools that kind of stretch the entire length of the beach club. So this is the far, I would say, south side or left side if you're facing from the entrance to the club. And then over to the left is actually the Rockstar Cabanas area and Rockstar area. This is only for people that have suites or have logged out and bought access to one of the Rockstar Cabanas, which were for sale on our cruise. So keep that in mind. If you want some extra space, you can book a Rockstar Cabana or a Rockstar Cabin and get some exclusive seating. The beach chairs were a little bit nicer, so that's something else to take into mind. So we got to the beach club around 1:30 p.m. The party with the DJ, which I will say the DJ on board was absolutely fantastic. That was going strong. They had some floaties in the pool. So the two pools are kind of separate. The one on the north side is a little bit more activity, and the south side may be a little bit quieter, but you can hear the music pretty much anywhere. The Happenings crew also had like a capture the flag game that we missed, but that was on the schedule as well that day, so that's pretty fun. So lots of cool, unique things to do at the beach club with this space. And then that little globe there to the left is where they hold the bonfires. I feel like the bonfire was a little bit of a letdown, seeing as our voyage was called like bonfires and soirees. So it's really only a 30-minute experience, and by the time the sun goes down at this beach club, everything is completely dead. So I don't think that that's really worth doing if you have dinner reservations on board, but it's something you want to check out. It's definitely available to you. So you'll see the full beach area there to the left. Lots of chairs. It's all open seating. So the ship also gave us towels to use as we got off the ship. So no need to bring your own or have to turn in any towel keys or anything like that, but some resorts or some cruise lines do, so that was nice. But here's the DJ booth, and then another bar over here on this side of the pool. So I just had a beer, but they have cocktails as you'd expect. pretty much anything you can ask for. I think they have bottle service, and then they have lots of champagne. This is a Virgin cruise. Being British, they have lots and lots of champagne opportunities, I noticed. But all these day beds and stuff, those are open seating, so if you wanted to take advantage of those, get there early on a busy voyage. And then here's the other food area that wasn't in use during our time. Now, I haven't been to every private island that a cruise line offers, only been to a few. Felt like this one was definitely high-end, definitely had great food, a good beverage experience. There aren't any all-inclusive beverage packages in Virgin, so you have to pay per drink, but the drink prices are very reasonable. I think I paid $5 or $6 for my beer, so nothing crazy. All the tips are included in the price as well. I did wish that these beach supplies like stand-up paddleboards and some activities in the beach club were included, but you could rent those if you wanted to. But keep in mind that this is a slightly public beach. You do have your own cordoned off area behind those ropes, as you can see, but right next door there you can see that's the end of the beach club, and the chairs as they switch different colors kind of gives you an idea that that's the end of the private beach club. But beautiful ocean, a little windy our day, and the water was definitely a little colder than I expected, so keep that in mind. But overall, a great experience at Bimini, and wouldn't hesitate to come back on another voyage. But then taking the tram back to the ship at the end of our day, a nice long pier. I will say that Bimini felt very kind of sleepy, which is a good thing in my opinion. Not super commercial, and just overall really nice people. And my favorite of our two ports, we went to Nassau after this. So thanks a lot for watching, and come back soon.